Hi everybody. Happy Black Friday. Well, I don't like going out on Black Friday. I don't like arguing and scraping with other people. Well, I don't really argue and scrape with other people, but I don't like all the congestion. It's not worth it to me for all the sales, so I'd rather stay home, have a warm cup of whatever, coffee, hot chocolate, and read a good book. I love a good book. And I thought you might too. And so I'm offering Letters from Santa for 99 cents on Kindle. Now, I can only do that on Kindle. I can't do it with the paperback, I'm sorry. But if you would like, if you have a Kindle or you're going to get a Kindle, you can have it for 99 cents for just this week, Friday to Friday. Now, I thought it would be fun to read to you a little excerpt from Letters from Santa. Let me tell you what it's about, first of all. Chrissy has received a personal letter from Santa every year since she was 5 years old and lost her first responder father. Though they stopped coming when she turned 18, the encouraging letters touch her heart each year as she takes them from her memory box and rereads them. Now, as a reporter for a Florida news magazine, she has decided to search out her letter-writing Santa. But unknown to Chrissy, a romance and a second family await her in Santaland, Minnesota. Jack Hart meets Chrissy as they board a plane for Minnesota. He hates the idea of going home each year for Christmas because it usually means tension between himself and his father. This trip home, though, surprises him as he finds Chrissy is a guest at his parents' farm, which is a B&B and camp for kids. Christmas becomes a more pleasant time as he grows fond of Chrissy, and she helps him to reevaluate his parents' mission of helping children of first responders. Now, Chrissy is from Florida, hasn't experienced snow. So I thought it would be fun to read you an excerpt of when she gets her first chance to get out in the snow. Chrissy awoke and jumped out of bed quickly. There was a bright light coming through the shade of the window. Had she slept late? She grabbed her phone and checked the time. It was only 5 o'clock. The sun couldn't possibly be up yet. She went to the window and raised the shade. A bright full moon greeted her. It lit up the entire backyard. Now she understood the line from the Moore poem. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave a luster of midday to objects below. It shone bright enough to make her think it was at least late morning. The snow glistened and sparkled and seemed to invite her to indulge in its pure white aura. She needed to get into it, to feel it, to experience it. She hadn't had the chance last night. They had just hurried into the house. She put down the shade again and rummaged through her bags to pull out all the gear that Angela's mother had said would be needed. Sweater, jeans, long, thick socks, her knit hat. She remembered her heavy coat and scarf were hanging on the peg downstairs by the door just above her boots. Quietly, she eased open the bedroom door and padded down the steps. As she started across the kitchen and at the back door, she heard a whimper. Clara crouched on the floor behind her. Her tail thumped nervously against the tile. Chrissy put a finger to her lips. Shh, Clara, she hesitated a few moments. Do you need to go out? It was the magic word, apparently, because Clara rose quickly and wiggled as much as her tail wagged while she whined louder until Chrissy feared she would make too much noise and wake everyone else up. Okay, but you have to be good for me. Hold on a minute, Chrissy whispered. I have to get my boots on. She quickly donned her boots and her coat while Clara circled her with excitement. When the door opened to the yard, Clara was out in a shot and running through the snow. Chrissy's heart sank. What if she needed to be on a leash? She hadn't seen any hanging by the door. She took a few steps through the deep snow and was just about to call out when Clara turned and bounded back to her. Chrissy laughed as Clara was now dotted with chunks of snow and had her nose covered with all the white stuff. Chrissy ventured a few more steps out as Clara continued to sniff and snort and romp in the snow. She reached a hand out and grabbed a fistful of snow, squeezing it together, amazed at how it formed a lump. She raised the lump to her mouth and tasted the cold freshness. Now she knew why they called the flavored shaved ice snow cones. Suddenly, something whomped her back between her shoulder blades. She almost fell as she turned quickly to see Jack standing there grinning at her. Clara bounded past her to Jack and greeted him with a bark as if to say, "Take it easy, she's a guest." "Up north, when someone hits you with a snowball, you usually fight back," he said, challenging her with a nod to the lump of snow in her hand. She looked at the lump in her hand, squeezed it a bit more, and then she tried to fling it at him. Too small and light, it only fell a few feet from where she stood. She looked dismayed. "You'll have to learn to make better snowballs than that," he said as he scooped up more snow and made a fist-sized ball from it. The snowball exploded as it hit Chrissy's leg. She scooped up some more snow and made her own larger snowball, reaching back and tossing it with a fury at him. It exploded on his shoulder and made him sputter as it spread across his face. Chrissy started laughing. "You should have checked my credentials. I was a fast-pitch softball champion in high school." "Yeah, but you were born and raised in Florida," yelled Jack as he let his next snowball fly. Fortunately for Chrissy, Clara managed to catch that one before it hit. The snowball fight continued for a time, with Clara running back and forth between the two, trying to catch the snowballs. "Truce," Jack finally called. "We need to get inside and get warmed up." Chrissy hadn't even noticed how cold she was getting, and now she realized her hands were numb from the gloves made wet with all the snow. Okay, but remember, you wimped out first." As she started back to the house, she looked around her at the snow. "Oh no, we've ruined it," she said. "There will be more," Jack said with a laugh. "The only thing that ruins snow is the dirt that muddies it when it starts to melt. Oh, and by the way, next time you decide to taste it, make sure it's not yellow." Well, I enjoyed writing that little bit of experience in the snow. It kind of reminds me of our grandson's from Florida, his first visit to the house when we had snow. He was about 3 or 4 years old, had fallen asleep in the car, and Dad carried him in, set him down in the kitchen, and he saw the snow out on our deck, and he beelined for the door, opened the door, ran halfway across the deck before he realized he didn't have any shoes on. So I have this picture in my files of these barefoot prints in the snow as he went out to have his first experience in the snow. So much fun. Snow's fun. On the first day it falls. After that it gets a little old, but we head to Florida for that. But anyway, this Friday, today, through next Friday, this will be on sale for 99 cents in the Kindle store if you're interested. And you might want to try some of the other books. I have a pocket full of Christmas. And a little teaser, there's a new one coming out in another week or so. So I'll keep you updated on that. And I want you to have a very, very Merry Christmas time. We've got a whole month to celebrate Christmas. It'll be a good time. It'll be a good break from all the COVID mess that we've been dealing with. Stay safe. Have a great time. Enjoy the Christmas season. Merry Christmas.